Hi, ladies. So happy to be joining the platform. I wasn't going to be doing a live, but I decided the last minute that I was just going to be coming on. And just a brief thing that came to me today, I thought this is actually, this is really quite valuable, and I would love to share the secret with a lot of women because it actually does make a really huge difference. So just to let you know that I'm connecting from a hotel. I'm right in the middle of looking for an apartment. So I'm changing location. Well, not location. I'm still staying in the same area, but I'm looking at moving out. So I've been extremely occupied. I don't want to say busy. I've been occupied doing millions of things. Like I've been trying to include so many things in my day, and this is why I go back to yesterday's live. It's so important to keep a biorhythm connected to our biorhythm so that we are not getting out of center. So as women, it's important that we know that we have a good, firm understanding of our biorhythm, so we know when we're eating, when we're sleeping, when we're drinking, and for us to connect to really what's important for us to connect to, so that our energy doesn't actually drop, right? So one thing that I've been including as part of my ritual and everyday thing, and that's actually really helped me to make sure that I've been doing everything within my means necessary to keep grounded as well, and just to make sure that I'm always tuning into my body clock and to listening to what it is that my body's actually requiring of me, okay? Because it can be very, the attacks that have actually taken place in New Zealand and Christchurch, it's awoken a lot of, and I've realized that even from having conversations with a lot of other women and other people, what is happening is that when there are these terrorist attacks, and I think it's a really relevant topic to actually include, to be talking about on this platform, because it's about reality, right? And what surrounds us, and how do we keep in sync, how do we keep connected with ourselves when there's so much havoc happening outside, is that what happens is that when there's so much external noise, what it does is it actually triggers us, and it triggers us in areas of our soul that where we are most sensitive. So speaking to a South African woman, when I asked her what she thought about what was happening in New Zealand, what came up was the same level of terror that happened when she was living back in her hometown. What it triggered in me is different to what it triggered in this woman, or like what triggered in other people. So for me, for example, what it triggered was a feeling of yeah, feeling unsafe, feeling disconnected, feeling unprotected, like not protected, because it reawoke like certain traumas of when my father left when I was 2 years old, and then the constant traveling and moving from home to home, from country to country. And because I am right in the middle of like home searching right now, that I'm not afraid of like sharing with you, it made me feel like the terror and like the fear of just needing to like relive this fear all over again. It was unsettling, right? So here, having shared this part with you, I want to come back to the topic that I'm going to be talking about briefly today. Is the one thing that is good to do to have a good kickstart to your day, and that helps you also to be very connected to your feminine energy. So what happens is that when you are in constant like survival mode, you are disconnecting from your heart, you're disconnecting from your body, and you're literally like operating from the mind. You're like, right, okay, so what do I need to do? What do I need to do? Like it's like you're fully into the action, like the masculine mode, right? Like, so I'm ready for the fight, like I'm ready for the challenge. But what we do, but in doing that, we are disconnecting from our breath. I just had to take a deep breath as I was like, imitating um, that, operating from that state. And you disconnect from your feminine self, which is, like the feeling and the breath and the breathing and all of that. And the more time goes by, and the more I've been connected with my feminine energy, the more I've been looking around me, and I've been noticing how even women within society themselves, the ones that operate a lot in the masculine energy, I've been there. I tend to like fold into it, then I need to bring myself back. So it's really speaking in the collective form, right? Um, we're not going to be encouraged to, you know, do things in our daily life. And this is the whole point of having this platform. We're not going to be encouraged by anyone outside that we need to fold more into our feminine self, more into our body, more into our heart. Because, you know, we are challenged constantly, right, externally. And what I find in New Zealand is that, you know, a lot of women are very, you know, developed within their masculine energy. And if you're not like them, or if you're not like that, then you're kind of considered weaker or a prey, like someone to pick on. And, you know, I speak from experience. I've seen that being from a different country and being very different from other people. And this is not, you know, it's just basically stating the truth. So it's important to have these tips that we know, and that we apply within ourselves without waiting for the doctor to give us the recipe, without telling our friends or our mother or our aunt or our cousin or our sisters or siblings or our partner to tell us what we need to do. So we need to develop this this level of consciousness that we need to develop every single day, and we need to apply every day as women, every day in our life. So tip number one, besides the rituals that I do that you're very aware of, being, you know, working on your channels, you know, the gratitude side, the journaling, the prayer, it's two things, right? You ready? So, number one, and believe me, this works wonders. So after applying, doing this, you naturally feel like you just like literally drop into your body, and you naturally just want to listen to it. You just want to work with it. So I've been using a body scrub, like it's a special brush that has soft teeth, and also it has kind of like a massaging gum, like a massaging rubber, right? And it's really good for massaging. So you're basically massaging, it's round, it's like this big. So you're literally like massaging your skin, massaging your body. So you're stimulating your circulation, you're getting rid of dead cells. So you're brushing off the dead cells, but you're also stimulating the circulation, you're working on the skin, and you're massaging all at the same time. So I've been doing that after my shower from not head to toe, from neck down. So I've been doing it from neck down, but I start from my feet, and you want to make sure that the motion, you are always pulling towards your heart area. So what that is doing is you're bringing that circulation to your heart, so that then the blood, because that's where the blood gets pumped, right, from the heart, through the arteries, and and then it gets flushed out through the other parts of the body, right? So you want to always scrub towards motions towards your heart, right? So even the arms, I do like underarm, over the arm, elbows, right? Because this is an area where I tend to get quite dry. So scrubbing all that. Hi, Yvonne, so good to see you. I can't hear you. Oh no. Goodness, really? So I've been talking all my own. Can you hear me now? Hang on, I'll put my headphones. Hang on. Are you there? I'm here. Can you hear me? Oh no, I've been talking, I think, until now, and the video hasn't. You probably didn't hear anything of what I said. So, crappies, because it was actually really good. Right. So we're going to start again. I'm so sorry for this. I've changed environment. So this is actually a hotel. Yvonne, so what I shared before, which you may not have heard, obviously, from the beginning, is that I'm right in the middle of changing home, and I'm finding my own little place that is very, you know, comfy and very cozy. So I'm doing a lot of work from a hotel, which I really like. It's a very European style. It really gets me into the zone. So what I'm talking about today is I'm not sure if you've heard, Yvonne, about the attacks that we've had over in Christchurch in New Zealand. So what that has done, like in the collective, like you can feel there's just been a lot of energy, a lot of tension, a lot of fear, a lot of, you know, just a lot of things that are moving, right? A lot of energy that's shifting. And what it's doing is it, you know, from talking to other women, to other people, what I'm recognizing is that it's actually awakening traumas, our own trauma. So what my trauma could be, you know, thing, for example, when my father left me and my mum and my sibling in the street when we were 2, you know, that sense of like not having a home, not feeling safe, not feeling protected. So all of that's been coming up for me. And especially now because I'm, you know, shifting, I'm looking for a place, right? So all of those emotions are coming up. For another woman, it was about, you know, she was from South Africa. So the emotions that it's been, and I'll tell you, I'm going to tell you why I'm sharing this as well. So for her, for example, it was, she comes from South Africa, and what it had awoken in her was a terror of, you know, what's been happening, what has happened in South Africa due to racism for so many years, right? So when these events happen, whenever there's havoc, external havoc, when there's a lot of chaos happening around us, it's actually working on our energy systems. It's triggering a lot of things, right? And in a way, like as horrible as it may seem and feel, but it's actually a good thing because it's bringing up emotions to the surface that we are needing to face, we're needing to deal with. And it's been very difficult, it's been challenging, but it's also like a purging phase, and it's actually allowing those emotions to come through, letting that terror to come up, that fear, that anger, and then just being okay with it. So embracing it with the whole of you, okay? Let me know, Yvonne, if you can hear me, please. Can you hear me? I'm not sure if you're still there. So what I want to get into the topic today was, so here is the one thing I do as a good kickstart to my day, and it helps me to keep connected with my feminine self. So aside from, you know, like all the shocking news that we've, you know, that I shared with you that's been happening around New Zealand, I just want to share with you the importance of, as a woman, right? Like whenever there is so much chaos happening around us, that's why it's important to have a biorhythm. And this brings us to yesterday's video. Having a biorhythm allows you to connect really deeply with your body, to tune in, to listen to what is actually what it needs. Okay, so something I've been practicing every day, and I'm very happy to give the secret away, is I've been applying this every day, and it's really worked wonders, and it's helped me to have this sense of like calm and peace, and knowing that I'm doing the best by me, that I'm prioritizing myself, I'm prioritizing my feelings, my state, my wellness, my well-being, and it also gives me a sense of groundedness. So whenever there's things happening around, it's important as women to hold these values and these rules very firm, because nobody around us is going to tell us, hey, Vanessa, have you done this in the morning? Have you done that? And, you know, that's going to sort of like tick the boxes of the things that are essential for your soul, for your well-being. So we must have that responsibility. We must adapt. You know, that discipline that is actually consistent, that is daily, so that we can get the most out of our day, and that we can achieve whatever we're achieving or doing in the best state possible. Okay. So for those of you that have been following me for a while, my name is Vanessa Mariano, and I'm a divine healing activator for women. I work with female entrepreneurs, so female leaders, and I help you to break away from addictive patterns of behavior, limiting beliefs, physical ailments, family drama, and entanglements. And I help you to come back into your feminine body, into your feminine self, into your feelings, into your emotions, so that you familiarize, you accept yourself as a whole, and then you navigate through that emotional phase to then, you know, to feel more embodied as a woman, and to live life and to enhance the quality of your life, in your personal life and your business life as well. So the one tip that I want to give away today, after this this conversation that I've just been having with you, is besides my meditation and my prayer, my gratitude, affirmations, and you know, the ritual that I take on, that I do every day, has been after a shower, I've been using a beautiful rounded body brush that has parts where you're actually massaging your skin. So you are not only like brushing off the dead cells, but you're also massaging your skin, right? And what that is doing is it's helping your circulation, it's increasing your circulation, it's getting rid of dead cells, and you are allowing the blood to sort of to move, right, to move in in your body. So the motion that is good to use is actually from your feet up upward. So your whatever you are doing with the brush, you want to make sure that you are moving the motion towards your heart, because that's where the blood gets flushed from, right? So you use a brush, you're brushing your skin, right, all the way up to your heart, and you will feel a humongous difference. So you will only know this when you experience it yourself. So it's, it's not the same by just using words, explaining, right, how it makes you feel. So that's one thing that I've been doing every single day, and it's been making a humongous difference, especially in this time that it's easy to be, to feel unleveled, to feel ungrounded, so the brushing, right? And then olive oil. I've been using olive oil, and I've been using it from my feet, in between my toes, all around my heel, above my foot, around my ankles, above my leg, my knees, my thigh. I've been using like circular motions around my hip area, around my glutes, one side and the other side as well, around the abdomen area, and the breasts as well, with circular motions going upward, and around about 10 or however many you want to do. You want to, and then obviously your arms and your elbows, especially this area here, because it tends to be quite dry, and your neck area. So make sure that when you do apply the oil, I use olive oil, but you can also use argan oil is fantastic, or almond oil, rosehip oil. They're all very good for the body. So also for your chest, so don't forget to apply the oil on your chest, but also on your neck. So you can always use this kind of motion around your neck, and I use it occasionally on my skin. Not too much oil on my skin, but I use it occasionally, and it's been working. Truly, it's been working wonders. So I just wanted to share this tip with you. It's been 16 minutes in the video, with a large section where you couldn't hear anything that I was saying. But thanks for joining, and try it at home. Feel free to come on, write a post in the in Femfire Society, and share how it was for you. So remember, I'm showing up for you. I've got so many other things in my life that is going on right now, like looking for a home. There's so much that is happening. I'm still, taking care of the refugee ladies within New Zealand, and now that we've had that terrorist attack, or that horrific happening in New Zealand, so there's been an increase in volume of calls. So I've been busy doing that as well. I've got the book on the side. I've been working on my YouTube channel, by the way, the YouTube channel, the book. So there's so many things that are actually taking place in my life, and I'm making sure that I'm devoting enough time on each and every activity. So if you do have any questions, if you do feel like opening up and sharing, once you do try this, applying this new ritual, we would love to hear, okay, what it's been like for you since you've started it. So all the best, so much love, sending you a lot of love. Sorry for the light, because I know it's a bit dark, but I will see you again. I'll see you very soon. Much love. Bye now.